Assalamu alaikum. My name is Fazlul Wahab. You are watching my YouTube channel. We are solving exercise 7a, question number 1 till question number 7. We have already solved in the previous videos. In today's lecture, we will continue to solve exercise 7a, question number 8, question number 9, and question number 10. Question number 8 is: a famous batsman scored a century in 38 overs. If he could keep up the same run rate, how many runs would be scored in 47.5 overs? There is a batsman and he is scoring runs, 100 runs in 38 overs. And if he could keep the same run rate, means the runs that he scored in 1 over. That is the run rate, okay? The average runs that he scored in 1 over is the run rate. So if he continuing the score with the same run rate, so how many runs can he scored in 47.5 overs? So how can we solve this question? First of all, we will find out the score in 1 over. 100 runs he scored in 38 overs. So the runs scored in 1 over, so 100 upon 38, and then we will multiply that score, which is that runs which is scored in 1 over, with the 47.5. So let's solve this question. Number of overs, question number is 8. Number of overs, 38. Runs scored, 100 runs. So runs scored in 1 over. Runs scored in 1 over. So how can we do this one? 100 runs, total runs, divided by number of overs, which is 38. Okay, so that will become equal to cancel out these both with the 2, so 50 divided by 19. Okay, 250 is 100, 219 is 38. Now these are the scores, runs that scored in 1 over. Runs scored in 47.5 overs, that is equal to 50 upon 19 multiplied by 47.5. And you are not allowed to use the calculator, but I'm using here. You will simply multiply 47.5 with 50 and then divide by 19. So I'm using it here. 47.5 multiplied by 50 and divided by 19, and we are getting the answer
125.
90. Sorry, I did a mistake, sir. 47.5 multiplied by 50 divided by 19, and we are getting the answer 125. So if he continuing the score with the same run rate as he scored in 100 runs in 38 overs, if he continue with that run rate, so he will score 125 runs in 47.5 overs. So this is the final answer of this question. Now we are solving question number 9. Question number 9 is: if 2/3 of a lawn needs 6 kg of fertilizers, 2/3 of a lawn means 2 parts of 3, total 3. So we can solve this question in 2 ways. Okay, 2/3 of a lawn needs 6 kg of fertilizers. How much fertilizers will whole lawn need? The whole lawns are 3 parts. Total, I can solve this question number 9, in this way. Total parts of a lawn, 3 parts, and okay, 2 parts of that 3, 2 upon 3 means 2 third means 2 upon 3 parts. 2 upon 3 parts of lawn needs 6 kg fertilizers. 2 upon 3 parts needs 6 kg of fertilizer. So 3 upon 3 parts. So, okay, 1 upon 3 parts. How much will need by 1 upon 3 parts of fertilizers? Needs 6 multiplied by 1 upon 3. That will become 3 2s are 6, 2 kg. Then 3 upon 3 parts will need 3 upon 3 means 1, the whole. In a 3 out of 3 parts will need 2 multiplied by 6 multiplied by 3 of 3. 3 of 3. So 3 2s are 6. 3 1s are 3, 3 2s are 6. Okay, question number 9 is, if 2/3 of a lawn needs 6 kg of fertilizer, how much fertilizers will the whole lawn need? There are 2 ways to solve this question. Let's say question number 9 is, how many parts are total of the lawn? 3 parts. So, in 2 parts of that will need 2 parts of the lawn needs 6 kg fertilizers, okay. 2 parts, so 1 part will need 6 upon 2 is equal to 3 kg of fertilizers. Then 3 parts will need 3 parts of lawn will need 3 multiplied by 3 is equal to 9 kg of fertilizers. This is the final answer. One is this method, okay. So there are total 3 parts of the lawn. 2 of these 3 parts will need 6 kg. So by using unitary method, how we will solve this one? 2 parts of the total lawn, which are 3 parts, will need 6 kg. So 1 part will need 6 upon 2, 2 3s are 6 kg, and then 3 parts, which is the whole lawn, will need 3 multiplied by 3, 3 3s are 9 kg of fertilizers. Second method, if we are going to solve this one, so second method is this one. Question number 9. 2 upon 3 parts of lawn needs 6 kg of fertilizers. 6 kg fertilizers. Okay. 6 kg fertilizers. So 1 part, 2 upon 3, 1 is the whole lawn. 2 upon 3 part of lawn will need 6 kg. So the whole lawn is only 1. because 2 upon 3 will, the whole line will become 3 upon 3. No? 2 upon 3 is the two parts out of 3. And if we make it 3 upon 3, the whole line, that will become 1. So we can write the 3 upon 3 for the whole. 3 upon, for the whole line, that will become 3 upon 3, which is equal to 1. That will become equal to 1. So instead of writing 3 upon 3, we can write 1 part, or the whole lawn. We can write this one, the whole lawn. Okay. So the whole lawn, one part of lawn needs 6 upon 2 upon 3, and you will get the answer. 1 means the whole, or 3 upon 3, you can write this one 3 upon 3. 3 upon 3 part, which will be the whole lawn. Of lawn will need 6 divided by, okay, 6 divided by 2 upon 3. And 6, if we convert this division into multiplication, we will put the reciprocal of 2 upon 3, which is 3 upon 2. 2 ones are 2, 2 3s are 6, then 3 3s are 9 kg of fertilizers. Fertilizers, and this is the final answer. The next question is question number 10. A car can travel 240 kilometers in 3 hours. A car can travel a distance of 240 kilometers in 3 hours. How long will it take to travel 400 kilometers? And number 2, what distance will it travel in 7 hours? First of all, we have to find out the time for the distance of 400 kilometers. So first of all, we will find the time for 1 kilometer and then the time for 400 kilometers. So time for 240 kilometers, the distance covered in 3 hours is equal to 240 kilometers. So how can we do this one? The time for 240 kilometers is question number 10. Question number 10. Time for 240 kilometer distance. Time to travel 240 kilometer distance is equal to 3 hours. Time to travel 240 kilometer distance is equal to 3 hours. Time to travel 1 kilometer distance. Time to travel 1 kilometer distance is equal to 3 upon 240. Distance for 240 kilometer is 3 hours. Time for 1 kilometer is 3 upon 240. And then time for 400 kilometer. Time for 400 kilometer distance is equal to 3 upon 240 multiplied by 400. Okay. Now cancel this 0 with this 0 1. 3 1s are 3. 3 8s are 24. 8 1s are 8. 8 5s are 40. And you will get 5 hours. This was part A. Now part B. What distance will it travel in 7 hours? The distance covered in 1 hour, we will find out this one. The distance covered in 3 hours. Part B. We know the distance covered, travel in 3 hours is equal to 240 kilometer. So distance travel in 1 hour. distance travel in 1 hour. 240 upon 3. So distance travel in 7 hours. Next one is distance travel in 7 hours is equal to 240 upon 3 multiplied by 7. 3 ones are 3, 3 eights are 24, and 7 zeros are 0, 7 eights are 56. 560 kilometer. If the car travels 240 kilometer in 3 hours, he will travel 560 kilometers in 7 hours. And this is the final answer of this question. Question number 10, and the exercise is over. Now we will continue exercise 7B in the next video, inshallah.